everyone. It is Sarah again with Purple Angel Oracle. Hope you all are doing well. So today's message, the majority of it is about justice and freedom and what many of us are craving, right? Just that complete heaven on earth feeling, okay, for the entire planet. And as I kind of mentioned yesterday, we're in a period right now where we're watching this unfold. Okay. I pay attention to what's going on in my country, as much as I can with, the rest of the world as well. And things are historically changing. Okay. Whether you follow that kind of stuff or not. I think it is important to be aware. If you're not being guided to watch things about that, then that's totally fine as well. But it's really exciting, okay, because it is happening, and we're ready for this, okay. And I pulled some cards just to kind of get an overall sense of where to start this. And the first one out was boundaries, okay? And if you look at that card, there's a woman in a bubble, okay? And to me, that represented all the false boundaries and barriers that have been placed, that have kept us from seeing our divine beauty, right? Because the next card is beauty. Kept the world from seeing our divine nature, all of it. Okay. But because of those boundaries and this resistance, because, I still believe God created all of this. There's a purpose for all of it. There's a purpose for the resistance, for the boundaries, the barriers, the struggles, all of it. Okay. Now what that did to us is, inside of this bubble, we've been growing. We've been becoming this incredibly powerful force of love and light. Okay. And so the way I've always kind of looked at it, the resistance, which there's so many different names. You could call it the dark cabal. You could call it the Illuminati, the deep state. It goes by many different names, but to me, it's just the opposite end of the spectrum here. And it's the resistance. Okay. And I got this message years ago, that the resistance was basically creating, not knowingly, right? They're just doing what they were placed here to do, but creating their their own monster, basically, but a light monster, okay? A monster of light and love, if you will. I know that's a weird way to put it, but they were creating this force that they weren't even aware of. So everything was strategically placed where it was to create this force that we've come into right now. It's absolutely incredible. And we're seeing it happen. Okay. Justice is coming for all of us. These boundaries and the horrible things that have been done to humanity and the animals and all of it. Okay. We are going to see justice because people of the light get joy from seeing justice, and there's nothing wrong with that. Justice needs to happen so we can move forward. And then the next one after beauty was will. Okay. So it is, and then right after that, balance. So what I got from those two is, it is the divine will for complete balance and harmony, finally, for this planet. Okay. I was reading something about Atlantis, and it said, the gateways of light have been closed since the fall of Atlantis so that the divine flow of the Creator may be restored upon the earth once more. And that's what we're coming into. Okay. We've had to do this because it's not going to fall again. Okay. There's not going to be a fall. We corrected it. It's all part of a divine plan once again. But the harmony and balance. Okay. So yesterday I was exhausted. I actually laid down and took a nap and was meditating before I took a nap. And I'm like, what would that feel like? What would that balance and complete harmony where everything is like a utopia, in complete balance with nature and animals, right? And I've always been drawn to like redwoods, very foresty, rivers, creeks. I love the ocean as well. Um, I would love to enjoy those side by side. So I went into a meditation and just kind of created my own little heaven for a moment. And I'm in the woods and there's a creek, and right through this little tunnel in the mountains, you go to the other side and there's a beach. But anyway, I'm sitting in the woods on like a moss covered log, and this enormous eagle flies up and sits next to me, and I'm communicating. All the animals start coming up to me, because that's what my heaven would be, right? Is being able to feel animals as the actual beings that they are, to communicate with them. And anyway, so this enormous bald eagle sits next to me and just wraps its wings around me. And then I felt a nudge behind me from a black bear and birds coming in. And I saw a raven as well. So I'll get into the meaning of that. But yeah, and then, I just envisioned knowing your family's safe. You can hear from miles away. So hearing the whales calling you, your kids are playing and they're totally fine. They're happy, and you don't even have to yell to get their attention. They just know. I mean, everything is just balanced and harmonized. It's like no more fear, no more worry, no more stress, sadness. You're just one with everything. I mean, it was so incredible. So that's another message that I received, to share with you all, is don't forget, to take time to envision that, to let that consume you, how that would feel for you and what it would look like for you, because that's what we're creating. That's what's happening here. We're coming into a period of complete balance and harmony. And right now we're in the period of everything being brought up, justice. We're watching the show. We're watching this, what we've worked so hard to manifest, it's happening. And we're watching it unfold. Okay? I mean, I'm not political or anything like that, but I just go based off my intuition, and I've watched certain things, events going on in my country alone. And for 2 days now, I've been watching stuff, and I started crying tears of joy because I felt it. I knew it. I'm like, this is it. This is the change. This is what we've been waiting to see in our physical reality. And it's just beginning. We're getting it ready. It's just incredible. And then I was sitting outside today, and I'm like, this is, even though I knew already it was already happening, I'm like, there was a moment where I'm like, is it though? Is it really? Because you're just like, you're super excited. So you start almost questioning. And I'm like, can I get some confirmation? I asked my guides, and of course I felt them come in at that time and say yes, right? That we're truly unraveling this deceit and suppression of our true essence here. And I look at the clock, and it was 1:22. And I'm like, well, that's a beautiful number in itself. And the first message that popped up for that number, okay, is angel number 122 is all about positive change, new beginnings, and miraculous success. And that's, it's literally the number of divine transformation is what it said. So could I get any more confirmation that this is what we're watching unfold? No, that's it. It's happening. I can't say we're not going to have moments where we feel disconnected or depressed, or certain emotions are still coming up, okay? Because it's the unraveling. It's everything, the boundaries and the barriers, like I said, that have been placed, they're collapsing. So that's what it takes, is all this has to come out. So just incredible. And then as far as the raven goes, because I've been seeing a lot of ravens lately, and even just like certain websites I've been looking on, like randomly, it'll have a picture of a raven or something. And I've always been fascinated with ravens. Where I live, they're very, they're everywhere, right? And I actually grew up in a neighborhood that was called Ravenwood. That's pretty funny. But I'm going to find that message about, let's see. Signifies rebirth, renewal, reflection, and healing. He helps the transitions and transformations move along smoothly by casting light into the darkness. So that's what the raven represents. So once again, going hand in hand with what's going on here. And it also says, the raven ignites the energies of magic, allowing it to become one with our intentions and will. Great changes can be achieved at this time, and dreams can become a reality. The raven will show you how to walk into the dark corners of your inner conflicts buried deep within, opening the doors to the deepest power of healing to be within our grasp. And that's going on within us and our outer world right now. So just incredible. I just wanted to share, just to let you guys know, like, this is it. It is happening. Enjoy the show. I know there might be still a lot of things that get brought up that are very hard for a lot of people to accept, a lot of truth that's coming out. But ultimately, you know, if you're on this ascension journey, you're going to see that it's almost going to feel like a relief, because it has to come out. It's horrible, but it has to come out so we can move forward and get justice for all the wrongs. Okay. And it was all part of this plan. So another thing I really want to mention is, I think it was yesterday, I received a comment from somebody, because I was reading, you know, my dragon cards, and I've actually never had that like deep of a connection with dragons. I just never have. And someone mentioned another video talking about him, and I swear, like 1 minute into the video, I got a vision of a huge black dragon, and the dragon itself looked intimidating. Okay. I mean, they're huge, but it had such a beautiful essence. That was the first contact I've had with a dragon. And I just wanted to like nuzzle up with it. Like, it was so beautiful. But it was a black dragon. And, you know, that's kind of all I got. And another weird thing as well is, after I got that, I sat there with it for a minute. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. I've never had a connection with dragons, really. But, you know, and my dragon deck was actually a gift I got for Christmas. So it's obviously divinely guided, because now I realize my connection with dragons. Anyway, but it was so strange, because I'm looking at my cats. I have several cats. And I was looking at one of them, and I can't even explain it, but I'm looking at my cat, and I'm like, why do I feel some kind of connection with you and dragons? And I couldn't even describe it. And I'm like, is there a connection between dragons and cats? And apparently, yes, there is. There's quite a few myths about dragons and cats. You know, and they're very similar. Dragons, you know, they purr like a cat sometimes. They have the long tail. They curl up into a ball like a cat. They're actually very similar to cats. And I was reading somewhere that there's myths that say dragons actually decided to incarnate as cats. So yeah, it was just incredible. You know, I know cats are very spiritual animals. All of the animals truly are. I know cats, though, you know, were very, very significant to the Egyptians. And I've always had a very deep connection with cats. Like, it's, people almost look at me like it's pathetic how much I love my cats. I really do, though. So, just something I wanted to share because I've also seen a lot of people talking about dragons and how they've been released, and people who have visions of them over the earth, and they are. I didn't realize, you know, that I had a connection with them, and they're beautiful. The essence that I got from this dragon was so comforting and magical, and like I said, I just wanted to like nuzzle up in there and stay there forever. Like get on its back and fly around. It was absolutely beautiful. So, yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to share that justice is coming. We're bursting out of our bubbles. This this power has been created. The divine will is being fulfilled. It's actually happening in our physical reality, and we get to watch this unfold, as I had mentioned yesterday. But we truly are. And don't forget to take time to envision what that would be like, what this utopia on planet Earth is going to feel like for you. Oh, it's just beautiful. So that's it. I just wanted to share that. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you soon. All right, bye.